Okay, so now we're ready to paint. I got the hood and the trunk lid ready to go. You guys can kind of see how I masked it off. I just back taped all the way around the edge of the hood. I popped the fenders back off so that I could get this edge easier. And then here, I'm getting this whole bottom, and it's all masked off. And you guys can see it's not exactly like my workspace is absolutely spotless, but you'll see it doesn't really matter. So here I got the trunk lid, that's all blocked out. And then you guys can kind of see how I taped the bottom. I masked off the trunk skin. I got a block of wood underneath the back of this. This stand I have is kind of slick because it tilts. So I got it up high enough now I'll be able to get underneath the bottom edge. And yeah, same thing as before. We're gonna go, I'll look it all over. I think I got one little spot of bare metal back there. And that's not bare. I think that's it. And that spot is small enough, I think. Let me take another look at it. Yeah, it's under the size of your thumb. Like if you kind of laid it all out. Maybe I'll hit it with some epoxy or some etch primer. I guess I will, why not? So now we're gonna I got everything blown off. Booth is running. I'll probably blow this one more time. And then we'll wipe it all down with some wax and grease remover. I'll do my self-etch primer. And then we'll start mixing up some sealer. I'm doing the hood and the trunk lid now because the car is just too big for one guy to paint all at once, I think. When I was working at the body shop, we had two painters. We would tag team bigger stuff like this. I would start on one side, he would start on the other. And then, you know, one guy's doing this side of the roof while the other guy's doing that side of the hood. And then when you guys are done, then now I would go and do this side of the hood and he would do that half of the trunk lid. And then whatever, we'd go to the back and then one of us would go about half or 3/4 of the way onto the trunk lid. It'd be finished and then the other guy would just kind of finish up. So that's how we would tag team these bigger jobs. That's just too much real estate. I mean, the hood on this thing is like the tonneau cover of a pickup truck. So, and then I know for a fact I don't have enough paint to do the whole car. So, and I need to get these two done and that'll give me an idea of how much I need to do the rest. The angles of the way the hood meets the fender, the hood kind of goes this way, the fender kind of dips down. The way the angles are and the way the metallics and the side flop and everything, you won't notice a color difference. So that, and I still have a majority of the paint, so when I add like a quart to it and mix it up, then if anything it'll only be like a very small tint off. And whatever, if it doesn't match, then I'll just have to repaint the hood and the trunk lid. But I don't have any issues. I think it'll be just fine. So, but that's how I do it. So I think I've said before, I hate when guys get tape lines on their cars. Like guys will have a shop paint it and then there'll be one big thick nasty tape line all the way down the side of the hood or something. And it's like, it's not really that much work. It's not that much more work to just back tape it so there's no tape line. So, but all right guys, I'll get at it. Okay, so here I start getting sealer down. This is going to be the first coat. I won't show you guys the second coat because it's just the same as the first and it gets boring. This is all, the speed is times 10. If you guys pay attention, I always try to get my edges first. You always want to make sure that you got enough material on your edges. So I go around the trunk lid, did the edges, now I'm working my way around. And then now here I skipped the second coat because it's just the same. So now here I'm laying on the base. Same thing, I'm hitting the edges on that side of the hood. And then now I'm laying on the first coat of base. Again, this is all times 10. All these sped up clips will be times 10. I mean, if you guys really want me to do a video with the real time, then just let me know. Okay, I got one coat of base on here, and I'll show you guys. You can see there's like a couple dirts. Where was a good one? Right there. So I just come in, you can still see it, but you can't feel it. So the next coat of base is gonna cover it. So this is 800 grit. So I basically just kind of go over the whole thing once like this. It's only 800, so you don't have to worry about you know, making it, warping it or anything, or, you know, making it look wavy, taking the straightness out of your blocking, you know. So, like up here's a big one. Show up. And now it's gone. So, I go over the whole thing. And I do this on every car. It doesn't matter if I'm doing an old car or if I'm doing a new car. You know, you get some dirts in your shop. Usually you get your dirts in your sealer. I have found out anyways. So, because your sealer is like your first coat, and because it's your first coat, it's kind of blowing around any dust that got missed when you were doing your prep work, and all the dirt seemed to kind of get caught up in that sealer coat. So now, once I do all of this, I'll go over, I'll blow it off, and then I will retack it, do another coat, and then let that dry, and then do another coat, and then it'll be time for clear. So still got to do this side, and yeah, you guys will see once I lay on the clear, then there's usually no dirts in the clear because you're taking all the dirts out of that sealer coat. So, and then we'll have to do the trunk lid too. So I'm gonna do that, and then get everything blown off, wiped, or tacked, and then I'll start the video again. So here I am doing the second coat of base, and again I start out with my edges, and then I start working my way in toward the center of the hood. I zip across, do the back edge of the hood, and then I start at the center and work my way back to the side, hit that edge, then I went up in front and hit the bottom of the front of the hood. With the trunk lid, I did the same thing. I hit that back edge, went around. Just make sure you guys get all your edges okay. Here is the first coat of clear. I didn't bother to like record the 4 coats of base coat that I did on here. I mean, it's all just the same. It's all kind of repetitive. But here's the first coat of clear that's laying down. And there again, I don't know, I mean, if you guys want like a slowed down, more detailed video on how I spray clear, then I mean, that's, just let me know. I mean, I don't really know what you guys are wanting to watch. But here I'm making sure I hit all the edges of the hood, or the trunk lid, I'm sorry, and then finish off across the edge of the trunk lid. Here's the second coat of clear. This time I have it sped up to 15 times because, I mean, you guys saw me do the first coat and whatever. This is more or less just to show you guys that I'm actually doing 3 coats of clear on it. So this is the second coat. There again, I'm hitting all my edges and working my way across the panel. I hit the back edge of the hood, the passenger edge of the hood, start working my way across the center. Once I cross the center, I hit the back edge, and then I just work my way across. You guys just always want to keep the clear wet. When you see me like doing different parts of it, then you want to make sure that you're keeping it wet, and that's all. Here's the final product. It's got 3 coats of clear on it. came out really nice and straight. Looks good. I like it. We're gonna have to sand and buff it, but I don't know. It's gonna look really nice. So until next time, take care.